Hello YouTube and welcome to the stream as well. It is a new week and an important one for sure because we are going to wrap up our alpha build this week. We still have 5 more days, and that's when we are going to be done with the alpha. Hopefully. Not hopefully. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We gotta just power through and push a little. And I have a song in my playlist that's gonna help us get there, and that's called "Push It to the Limit" by who is the? Is it Paul Engemann? I think it's Paul Engemann or something. "Push It to the Limit," legendary song from GTA 3 soundtrack. Some people say that it's from Scarface soundtrack, and that's cute and all, but hey, let's just say how it is. It is from GTA 3 soundtrack, and every other opinion is wrong. Every other opinion is just wrong. Push It to the Limit, GTA 3, best times, best childhood. Totally didn't corrupt me in any way. Let's see what the chat has to say. Why I mentioned it is that it's a copy of It's Coming, and they released a... There's a copy coming? Ooh, that's cool. MASH is a very old... it's very old, so probably there's gonna be not much views, and it's only couch co-op. Okay. I do like couch co-ops. I think couch co-ops have some specialty to them. Everyone who were born in before 2000, I think are gonna really appreciate couch co-ops, because those were the only multiplayer games you had. So I think there's just some special involved when you are playing with someone on the couch, and you get to trash talking, and you get to laugh to the other, and you get to celebrate with the other, and it's just yeah. Dotmain is this special person with special needs. No need to mention it so many times. Yeah, it's just so easy to roast you, Dotmain. But hey, how's life, Dotmain? How's life? You still playing World of Warcraft? Alright, so what do we do? Well, I'm gonna change my build back to Windows. I tried before the stream, that's actually the reason why I was late today to start the stream, was that I tried to upload the build of the WebGL version, or the WebGL build, into itch.io, and well, it crashed the whole thing. It was just basically like loading and nothing really happened. So we're not gonna spend time yet on that. It's not relevant to us yet. We just gotta get everything working. And I think we could benefit from a little bit of a drawing lesson. So we're gonna draw a little bit. So what needs to be done? So alpha release is imminent. Alpha release is gonna be out this week. And what has to be done for this to happen? Let's think about it. So there's obviously many aspects that need to work. So we need, first and foremost, the most important thing is that the actual game works. So the actual game works. So the actual game needs to be working. So this includes like our looting, our movement. All the features that we've done. So crafting plus salvaging. This needs to work. Crafting, salvaging. What else we have? So we've got the combat. We have the combat, then we have the animations. So the animations of the movement and whatnot need to work. So this is gonna be the stuff that we focus on first, and we're gonna be testing all of this in the multiplayer. So we're gonna be doing a lot of builds. And first we're gonna do like builds, and we're gonna test it out how it works, you know, client, and how it works with self-host. And once we've really like established that everything seems to be working when we're self-hosting. So first we self-host and we join with the client. So if everything works, once we get to this part, then we're gonna move on to part 2, which is gonna be to start building a dedicated server. So we're gonna build a dedicated server. We're gonna build a dedicated server, and then we're gonna push that into Unity Cloud or whatnot. And when we have that working, when that works, then we can start to think about point 3. This is gonna be like if everything is going smoothly. This is the part where we can start doing like a WebGL build. Do a WebGL build, and if we get to this part, we're gonna be like really good. We're gonna be really good. So we kind of have like this. Let's just make this like 0.5. So we need to first get the actual game to really work, and then we're gonna test everything in these different aspects. First we do the self-hosting and joining with the client, because it's just easy. It's by far the fastest way to test. If we start building dedicated servers, it's gonna take a long time to get the new build up and running. So we're gonna do that after we have nailed like 90% plus of the bugs. Aishiman from India, good morning. How's it going? All right, so last week we made a lot of progress. Bad morning because I woke up at 3 in the evening. Hey, try to see the bright side. You know, the silver lining in the clouds. You know, there's a silver lining. I just hope you're like feeling refreshed. You're feeling like rejuvenated. You feel rested. Now get shit done. I played too much TF2, Team Fortress 2. Really? Damn. People still play that? Team Fortress 2, what a legend. Alright, so I think we ought to refresh our memories of what we did yesterday. So we're gonna do a build and run. It's still so popular. Are you for real? Team Fortress 2 Steam charts. Even Larry plays it. What? You guys are nuts. You guys are right. You're actually right. That is insane. You guys are actually right. I can't believe. What the fuck did we get? What was that? Oh, it was this. Never mind. That is actually nuts. If there's 50k, over 50k players, that's more than Overwatch. Yeah, I feel revolutionary. 90% of those are bots, though. That's still kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. Let's go Team Fortress. All right, so let's do hosting and see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. And I'm gonna try to. Can I just? I would like to. What I would really like to do is get this kind of like testing mode. So let's try to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna like can I close this somehow, like collapse? No. What I would like to do is kind of like get rid of this, get rid of the project, just like get rid of this, get rid of inspector right now, and just get rid of like all of these things. and save this layout as a game plus scene only, so that it only has like these two. And then what I would like to do is to put it on half screen like this, and just join as a client. That's what it is. I love TF2, but fell out during one of the hackerpot invasions. I mean, I joined after that. Yeah, it was Aishaman. I'm just trying to. Yeah, it was Aishaman. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. So we're joining, and as you can see, the client who joined isn't animated properly, so we got an issue there. If I move on this guy, it's working on client. And this is one of those things that, is it really like the fact that we are playing as a server, or is it the fact that we joined later? Which one is the issue? What if I attack? Is it gonna animate? No. So we got like a permanently stuck guy there. Yeah, so nothing really happens for him. I wonder if that's a big deal. Is there a way I can like start many of these clients? Like, can I open up another? Can I open up another client to see like if it's like if the clients actually work? So let's go to Windows builds, and we got one that is from 24th. That might work. Can we do another instance where you join as a client? All right, so it seems that it's actually an issue of joining later. So for example, here we are moving, and even on editor, the guy who joined after isn't being animated. So what's going on with him? Let's try to figure that out. So what's going on with the guy who just joined? Are you that guy? Are you that guy? How can we? So this is the guy. He's the most southern guy. It's not that one either. Not that one either. Where is he? Okay, so it's this guy. It's this guy, all right? So what is happening with this animator, and why isn't it working? So he's just stuck in idle. He's just stuck in idle, all right? And if I move with him, nothing changes. Nothing changes. Why is that? Why is that? Does anyone have any clue? Do we know why that is? So how the movement works is that in the base controller we are running this update method, and here we are updating this. And I have a feeling it might be because of something like that, but let's actually take a look. Can we find any clues? Can we find any clues of what's going on? Let's do like debug modes here and see if we can find out anything. So in the player state, anything interesting here? What is happening, says Watsky? Yeah, so I have a problem that when people are joining the session after the client or after the the player, those people don't move, like their animator doesn't update. So is there anything here? Anything here? Where is their like combat state? Have you checked Unity multiplayer play mode? I don't have personal experience using it, but it's something that might be useful. Unity's multiplayer play mode. I have not. I have heard of it, but I have not tried it out. So here the combat state, we are in default. Nothing really interesting happening there. So here's the speed, but can we really like see what the speed is currently? I move around. No. So client B joins animations play locally on client B, but the client A can't see client B animation. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. And it's not the issue with the players who joined before. So if there was an A already in the server and player B joined, player B is gonna see player A, all right. So there is some sort of a thing there that I can't really like grasp. Can't really grasp. All right. I have a feeling it might be because of the way we are handling the animator here. I don't know if this is a good idea to handle it like this. We're looking at the agent velocity, and that's where we're like setting these moving. But yeah, it's not really working right now. We're stuck in idle. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I'm probably gonna ask AI, but first I want how are the animations synced? It's a server authority, framework or whatever. So servers handling it, and we are using the network animator component. So we have let's just put this back to normal mode. So we have an animator and we have a network animator. It's supposed to do it kinda automatically. We are syncing. Basically, the network animator is being synced by us handling the animator through the network animator. So we're like updating these triggers and bools from through the network animator, and these are getting called all over the place. I wonder like if there's some way, some sort of logic that I'm not seeing here. Some sort of logic here that I'm not seeing. So we should have the base controller playing like on the background of player controller. I wonder if that could be the case. Case. So they all have player controller. I think this might be the reason. So if we're not owners, we're not even starting the base controller. If it's server authority, the client should send the animation event to the server, and that then assigns the network animator values. Yeah, that's how it worked. That's how it works right now, as far as I know. Like, doesn't it do it that like automatically? I have a feeling that might be this might be the reason. So we're not actually starting like we're not like starting base controller. I don't know. I probably are. So do we need to do like we're not updating the base controller here either, are we? So shouldn't we like do this? Like we weren't really like updating the animators. Let's see if that made any difference whatsoever. Let's try that again. So player controller is like it inherits from base controller, and the base control the idea of base controller is that it's, you know, every player is gonna have that. Every NPC is gonna have that who uses the same controller. All right, so let's see if we managed to make any difference. All right, so now that if I join here, now this guy shouldn't see what's happening. Can I change the mode here? I can. Okay, so that works like always. Yeah, so no change whatsoever. No change. We're still sliding. So that didn't make any difference whatsoever. That didn't make any difference whatsoever. Okay, do we have anything we can like change in the player prefab? You know, like some of those animator settings or whatnot. Oh. Where's the player here? Do we have anything we can do here? Always replicate as a root, synchronize transform, active scene synchronization. When enabled, spawned instances of this network option will automatically migrate to any newly assigned active scene. That's probably not it. Auto object parent sync owner transform when something allow owner to parent. Probably none of that. Network transform, so we are syncing position and rotation. Authority mode is owner. Okay. Client isn't allowed to update network animator when it's server authoritative. Host was allowed to update animator as it's the server. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Client isn't allowed to update network animator. Okay, so how do I go about to change that? So should so here when we're doing the triggers, like I thought this would like do it on server, but I suppose not. Is this supposed to be like RPC call or something? I have a server authoritative animation handler framework with network animator. How do I change this? Yeah, you should send RPC calls to the server. Isn't that gonna be like... I think the logic is still on the client side. Yeah. I think you guys are right. Like, it's the only way to do this is to send this to server to handle the animator on server. But on your local game, you can set the animator triggers directly, so there's no delay on local player. Right, so you can do like You can do locally the animations, but they are gonna be synced through network or something. There should basically be RPC somewhere between the input and the animator, so it would be on server side. There should basically be RPC somewhere between the input and the animator. All right, that's interesting. I think you guys are actually right. Let's see how I would change this script. You have various functions between input and animator. I do, yeah. Let's see. To move the handling of the animation to the server, you will need to remove the calls related to animator and update animator method under the condition is server. However, Unity's built-in network animator already synchronizes parameters across network automatically. Detailed explanation is provided after the suggested code. Yeah, like this is what I kind of like had in mind. Like I think when we're calling through the network animator, I think it's going to server, but I don't really like understand it. So here, what is it doing? So we move all the animator handling to server side. So if it's server, then we're just like doing if it's server. Is this network? This is network behavior. Additionally, synchronize and call the move function only on the server or ensure that any changes to animator parameters are wrapped in an is server check. All right. Well, we can try this out. We can try this out. Can try this out, and what he's saying is that he basically wants to do the move with the server as well, which is something I want to do eventually. So let's do it now. So if server, let's try it out. How bad can it go? How bad can it go? So now it's gonna be server authoritative moving. Server authoritative style networking needs this client-side prediction logic where clients can do local stuff, but server should verify it. I guess it's assuming server authority on the move as well. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is difficult. This is difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Although you have it on client. So can we move even here now? So we can still move. Everything's working when we're self-hosting. That's fine. Let's try to build it. Client-side prediction. Like my 2 cents about the client-side prediction and all this stuff is that like I'm just wishing it's like somewhat automatic. All right, so we are hosting. Nothing's wrong. We're joining as a client. We're joining as a client, and we are not moving. we can't animate ourselves anymore. What happens if I? Okay, so nothing happens at all. Okay, so now we can't even like move ourselves anymore. But what I think is the problem here is that we have set it to the owner version. I think we can do like there's the selection somewhere here, authority mode. What if we do a server one? Does that change something? Okay, so we're not even spawning now. Fuck. Fuck. So what if this is on server? Let's try to build again. Authority mode. Yeah, we had the owner solution, but might be time to switch. Okay, so we are moving, and here all right, so we can't even move anymore. We got to attack though, but we're not seeing any animations whatsoever. Okay, so we can't even move. Can't even move. So I'm just gonna go ahead and re-roll or roll back these shits. Player controller and base controller. Is there anything else? Player prefab. Server mode clients are allowed only to send messages to the server, so clients can change network variable values without sending RPC calls to the server. It changes the variable server, then change the variable and syncs it all to all clients. Right. Right. So that's pretty much what we've done. Except for the moving, I suppose. Right? That's pretty much what we've done. But I guess inside this... so here, for example, we would handle the inputs. And we could do like inputs, but when we actually wanna like do anything, like for example handle left click here, when we would press something, for example when we try to move, so here at the end trigger event move a hit point, this would be handled in server. We're actually overriding, so this was probably the reason. Can we unload, reload, redo? So if it's not owner, return. I think we're gonna do like if it's server. Let's try that out. Let's try that out. So now we have... Let's try that out, alright? This seems to be the only the old version, doesn't it? So clients can't even move without sending the input to the server first. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that. Ooh, na na na. This is difficult. I appreciate you guys sticking around to think about this. All right. So now, if I understand things, we are basically doing everything. Everything's kind of, at least the moving is handled in the server. I'm not doing RPC call. That could be a problem though. So if I can't move, that's because of that. Let's see if my the network transfer. Yeah, so it's still owner. So nothing's really happening. Nothing's really happening. So is the only way to do it with an RPC call? So what we need to do is like send to server, I suppose. Move. Is this the way to go? Move server RPC vector 3 move pos, yeah. Let's see again. And I suppose it still needs to be the server. No idea what this is gonna do to the feeling of the game, because we previously had the owner framework. Obviously this is gonna be more foolproof, or this is gonna be better for cheaters, but I'm not exactly like super worried about cheaters right now. So let's host again. Let's try this again. Hey, we can move! I think it's better to have a consistent authority model. Okay, so we can move. That's really good stuff. And it's animating. Holy shit. So if this guy, let's do the other method again. Right, so we're moving. We can see it. Yay! Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you, Vatsky. Thank you, Keter. Okay, how about combat if I attack? So the combat isn't handled. The combat isn't working right now. We can loot. So the animator's definitely lagging out. Animator's definitely lagging out. Now what can we do to make that work? What can we do to that? What can we do to that? I guess what we could do is to switch the switch places, so the editor is hosting and see what's happening inside the animator. What's the button to open console? What's the button to open up console? Can we attack each other? No. So the input does feel a little bit more floaty now, but it's pretty good. Check the combat animator changes. Yeah, I wonder if I can like do it in here. Game plus console. Yeah, we can actually see this. So if we're moving from here. What is the button to open up console? Usually you make do stuff, then do stuff server RPC, and on local player send the RPC call to the server and call the do stuff locally instantly. So that's the way to go. So you can like make it feel more responsive or something. All right. All right. So that's interesting. So what's that? Just trying to figure out, like, is it only to make it more responsive? Is there some downside to that? I wonder why I can't fight. Is it because of some arbitrary X value I have set. Okay, so you can fight each other. You can fight each other. But on server side, so this guy is from server, this guy is client, so the client isn't handling it right. So what's going on with this other guy? What's going on with you? It's just stuck in idle. It's just stuck in idle, alright. Okay, so they're not really like spawning. No triggers. Being sent, I guess. Yeah. It's a pain in the butts. It's a pain in the butts, let me tell you that. Why? But the movements are working. Like movement is looking kind of solid. It's just the combat, really. Just the combat. So what's going on with the combat? So how we're handling the combat is let's have a look here. So oh yeah, so we're doing this. We're doing this, but we're not really like so should these be RPC calls as well? Is that gonna be the solution here? Every time you look at any code, you should be thinking, is this line of code on the server or the client? Yeah, it's true, it's true. It's just the fact that I don't really understand how the network animator is like working. Unity network animator explain. I just want Let's try to read on this a little bit, all right? The network animator component provides a fundamental example of how to synchronize animations during a network session. You can also use RPC network variables and custom messages to create custom animation synchronization system if it suits the needs of your project better. All right, so if we do the RPC calls, it's kind of like another way to do this. The network animator is handling it for us. You just set the values on the server and let Unity worry about the rest. While using network animator, animation states are synchronized with players joining an existing network session on any client already connected before the animation state changes. Players joining an existing network session are synchronized with all the animator's current properties and states, with the exception of animator trigger properties. These are only synchronized with already connected clients. So there's the server authoritative. The server initiates animation state changes. This is the default of client server topology. Owners can still invoke network animator set trigger. Client authoritative, client owner start animation state changes. This is the default in distributed authority topologies. The animator trigger property type is Boolean value, that is when set to true, it automatically resets back to false after animator component has processed the trigger. Usually a trigger is used to start the transition between animator later stage, blah blah blah. So server authoritative mode. In client-server context, the default setting for network animator is server authoritative mode. When operating in server authoritative mode, any animation state changes that are set triggers are detected on the server side will be synchronized with all clients. All right, so let's see. When operating in server authoritative mode, any animation state change that are set or detected on the server side will be synchronized. Because the server initiates any synchronization of changes to an animator state, a client that's the owner of the network object associated with the network object can lag by roughly the full round trip. Below is timing diagram to show this. So here there is like it starts with an RPC. And then the server is obviously getting the RPC, the server RPC, and they are changing the animation state. And then this kind of like round trip that it comes back, that's the lag. Animation state updated is gonna get out. So this is kind of like talking about the RPC. In the above diagram, a client might be sending the server an RPC to tell the server that the player is performing some kind of action that can change the player's animation, including setting a trigger. In this scenario, the client sends an RPC to the server. The server processes it, and the associated animated state changes are detected by the network animator, and then clients are synchronized with the change. Okay, so it does seem like this is the way to go. It does seem like this is the way to go. So what the network animator does, it does synchronize everything, but how it works is that so basically server needs to be the one like getting the information and changing the value in the animator, and then the network animator is gonna handle distributing that animator change to all the clients. So I think this is actually the way to go. I think this is the way to go. I could be mistaken. I don't know if we're doing something twice. And this is one of those things that once we start polish, once we like really try to nail down everything, we gotta understand it in a more profound way. But right now I have a feeling that is gonna be enough. Okay, so that's not good. So we gotta only one use of, yeah, okay, so we had a server already running. All right, so we got our guy here. Guy is moving smooth as ever. This is the way. This is the way. So we're gonna be starting a client on here, and we're gonna be moving. It's gonna be good when we attack. We see attacking, at least on this part. Let's see if we attack on this guy. Seems to be working pretty good. Seems to be working pretty good. Let's change to game.+c. All right, let's fight each other. Let's see how that is. Let's fight each other. I am attacking. I'm attacking. Fuck yes! Fuck yes! If I flee. I cannot believe it's working. Oh, yeah! Son, I am winning. I am winning. Waka, that is huge. That is huge. All right. So now my worry is that our server is getting bombarded with a lot of shit. But hey, who the fuck cares? Am I right? Who the fuck cares? All right, let's just hide these debugs. Let's just hide these. All right. And do we have any other debug logs here? Smooth as butter. Smooth as butterina. Smooth as a baby's butt in butter. Don't put butter in the baby's butt. Don't do that. That's really rude. That's cruel. So let's see here. Do we have a... It's not more data because previously it was the client animator that was sending the sync data under the hood. Huh. All right. So let's push this. Let's push this. All right. So we're gonna be adding these things here. So player controller, player prefab. All right. Changed. Authority mode from owner to server. This means that all the animation triggers and moving are now handled in server. Needs a lot of testing. Needs a lot of testing, that's for sure. Let's commit that. How's Vaka doing? All right. So then, what's happened with this? Oh, okay. So should probably include these. Should probably do this. Should probably do these as well. All right. So. Forgot to add these files into the previous commit since the method name changed. The move method name changed. Commented out save file logic and multiplayer/matchmaking logic that was causing issues in builds. You can use the amend trap there to include new things to previous comment. You can? I didn't know that. That's actually kind of helpful. It's actually like kind of PogChamp. What did we do to the scene? What is this? Payload allocation? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Neither do I know what I've done to these files. I have no idea. The fence iron, I think we ought to change, but I just kind of wanna like roll back all these. Maybe it's gonna be a big mistake. How big of a mistake can it really be? Gate iron, fence iron. I think we changed the fence irons like stuff, but it's not really like showing. It's not really showing any changes here whatsoever. It's not really showing anything. So I think I'm just gonna like roll back. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. That's what I've got to say. Playing a Surge in beta too much. So apparently it's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So that's huge. That is huge accomplishment. We just made that better. Obviously, it's still very much in progress. But it is what it is. Now, what do we need to do? All right. So there's one actually really important thing is that I don't think the equipment are handled. The equipment are not handled. So let's see what the issue with that is. And how we're gonna debug this is we're gonna add some like custom stuff to these guys. So inside player state, we are just going to be loading them with a little bit of stuff. So here we are setting stuff, set all inventories into default. So let's actually do like I don't know, like to do like inventory list, add item catalog manager, get instance, get random equipable. Let's just do this for a couple of times. So we got a little bit of something, you know? We got a little bit of something now. See if that works. This tweet was deleted within 20 minutes. Eric Trump. Who is Eric Trump? Any and all who dare to defy the American Golden Age, heed this warning, you will lose. Toe the line or we will run you down. The gloves are off and we're not playing around. For now, it's tariffs, but trust me, we can and will do so much worse. Love the threats. Who is Eric Trump? Is it like the son of Dolan? Is it Dolan's son? Yeah, the freaking America. They are like really becoming isolated country. So let's see if we got stuff. Yeah, we got stuff. Nice. Now let's build. Let's build. Atrium. It's 4 years of great content though. Yeah, that's 100% sure. And I think it's that could be somewhat of a healthy way to look at it. And I think like if you think, I think if you look at politics as content, it kind of puts it in this perspective that you're not taking it so, you know, like to your heart. You don't take it as personally. So I think there's some like wisdom to that. Because a lot of people are taking stuff so very personally, and I don't think you should look at politics personally as a first thing, even though it can be very personal. Yeah, that's true, but it's really worrying as well. There's a lot of shit going on. But hey, Atrum, how are you? Where are you from, my friend? Nice to see new faces. All right, so let's try it out. How does the equipment work? If they start taking Greenland, Panama, they are not looking too different from Russia. Yeah, that's actually like that's kind of like the feeling I've gotten from Trump as well. Is that I think in his mind, we've gone from playing Stardew Valley into playing like you know, Command & Conquer, playing like Civilization or something. Like the game has changed. People are still playing Stardew Valley in Europe, and the game's changing. Now we're playing StarCraft. So I think Trump gets that, and it might be a smart move to kind of like change the game, because I think Russia is kind of like playing with us right now. Like Russia has been playing Command & Conquer for a long time now, and the West has been playing Stardew Valley. Yeah. China is #1 now. Their new AI tools just crashed whole American stock market. Really? Sheesh. Damn. Atrium says that, well, I think politics are kind of a joke because the people are pushing for divided two-sided stuff. Anyone is either far left or far right, nothing exists in between. If you disagree with anyone, they will call you whatever currently popular slurs. Yeah, I definitely understand what you're going after, and that's true. Yeah, it's kind of like the, you know, the conversational discourse is just like horrible right now. It's exactly what Atrium is saying, and people have been calling others like Nazis and fascists for so long that the words have lost their meaning. And now when we actually have Nazis and fascists in the US government, yeah, it actually, like, those words don't really mean anything anymore. So I think that's like a big mistake that especially the people in the left have failed at. So they were calling people Nazis and fascists before we actually got those. And now that we have them, they don't really, like, there's no power to those words anymore. Yeah, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at, guys. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening if we equip stuff. There's probably nothing happening, but I just want to make sure. So if we equip on this guy. Okay, so this guy actually sees it. What about if this guy equips this thing? Nothing happens, yeah. So the server can see what's happening on the client, but the client doesn't see anything. And I can't actually press these buttons for some reason. Okay, so the client side equipment is like actually broken. Can't press that for some reason, like what's going on? Minus 4.5 Nasdaq and minus 2.5% SPX. Verme is here as well. Good day. Is the server built for 4-tick structure similar to RuneScape? Nah. The server build, like the server infrastructure, is nothing like back in RuneScape. We're completely doing it in Unity's like own solutions. But my goal is to make it as good as it can be. Not necessarily the way it's in RuneScape though. So let's think about this. So what's going on with the equipping? Equipping is broken. It's broken. So basically what's happening is that we start everything from the equipment handler. No, that's not right. We're actually starting from equipment slot. So we have these buttons in the inventory. No, I'm actually lying again. It's actually starting from inventory item. So when I press the inventory item, I am basically invoking this method. Then I'm using the item. So here we're sending the item RPC. So we are sending the stuff to server. So this is handled on server. Do you want it to be similar to OS RS with 4 ticks per second? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, no. It would feel like OS RS for sure, but we're kind of like trying to, you know, modernize or kind of like make it our own. My goal is not to copy RuneScape anymore. I thought it was 4 ticks per second, but seems more reasonable. I only watch OS RS videos, never played it myself. All right. Can I get you guys anything? Keter, you mind grabbing me a Coke? Nice, thank you very much. Thank you. Sugar, not sugar free. Old school RuneScape is 600 milliseconds a tick. That's slow. That's pretty slow, don't you guys think? All right, so here we are coming to this place. This happens on server. Combat state value is different than global combat state default. Yeah, I think that's probably right. And then we are taking the item and we are using the stuff. So for example, here we are handling the equipment. This still happens on server as far as I know. So we are yeah, so that's the thing. That's the thing, guys. Now I get it. That's the thing. This is happening on server and nowhere else. And it doesn't really have any utility on happening on server. Like if we're talking about the visuals, like this is the visuals. Doesn't really make sense to run this on. Yeah, so I'm actually like I have seen this. This may not be how you sync with other players as it's done on server. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly right. Now, there's a couple things we could do here. I think one of them would be to send an RPC to everyone. That this guy just got a new piece of gear. I think that would be one way to do it. And I think another one might be that we do a network variable of the equipment that somebody is wearing. And that then you are syncing the network lists. I am, yes. I am syncing the equipped list. I am syncing the equipped list. So here we have the equipped items. And there is the callback or the you know, the events basically that everyone's subscribed to on equipped list change. So can't I just do it here? Can't I just like update the visuals here? I think that makes sense, right? Yes. Okay, I'll bring you Pepsi Max. God damn it, you. Dotman says that Toppila supermarket has Mexican Coca-Cola that has sugar cane in it and not any of that corn sugar thingy. Corn sugar? Like, Dotmani, what the hell are you talking about, man? Like, if you're talking about corn syrup, it's only used in US, right? Like, we don't have any of that. We have just sugar. Itram says that been building my own netcode stuff for combat lately. It's been a pain. About to finally get into testing, but I ended up with a synchronized server time. Then I have timeline where I can store all the actions and effects caused by spells based on the server time. This lets my get all calculations in the right order for all clients. That's kind of nuts, dude. Itram, that's kind of nuts. How the hell did you do that? It changed a few years ago. It did? Are you sure? Man, that's I think we ought to just handle the freaking equipment change here. So we have the method. So let's see, where were we? Yeah, so here, handle equip item. Okay, so I think we're just gonna like change this call. So it's not gonna be here anymore. So that means that we don't need any of this. So let's just comment this out. Just comment this out, all right? And we're gonna go into the callback. Handle equip item. Handle equip item. All right, handle equip item. And this guy wants equipped item index and what goes to it. I think we can make this a little bit more streamlined now. I think we're just gonna like update all the equipped items. I think that's what we're gonna do, all right? So I'm just gonna make this kind of like a blanket, thing. So it's not gonna like do any of that stuff anymore. How this has worked, so we're basically done like the equipped index, and then we've just okay, so this is actually returning the thing. Okay, so we are kind of like doing two things here, which means that we gotta do this part. We gotta do this part still. Handle equipment change. Yeah. Setting the equipable into the equipped items. Alright, so let's actually so I think this still needs to be done in this place. So handle equip item, we're gonna do this again. This is gonna be like handle equipped. Well, I don't know, handle equip item. Maybe that's fine. Let's just go with that. Just go with that, all right? And instead, in here, we're actually gonna do the equipment handler. And handle equipment change. What does this do? So here we're basically just inputting the item ID, and then it's gonna do that. So I suppose we can do that. We're just gonna do like a for each loop of the equipped items. Equipped item, and then we're gonna do the equipment handler. Handle equip item is this equipped item. And I think this is an int already. So that should basically work, right? That should basically work. Everyone's kinda listening to this. So that should basically work. I think that should basically work. So let's do a prediction. Do equipment network right. Gonna give you guys 2 minutes. Let's read what the chat's been about. Sokeria voidaan nyt korvata EU-ssa halvalla maissisiirapilla, vältetään lihottavaa sokeria enemmän. Really? Yeah, but like... I think there was somebody, some colleague of ours, not many, who was doing like, did this kind of like a checkup where he was checking all these different cokes and the amount of sugar they had. And I think like the Coca-Cola 1.5 liter, if you buy this, I think this has the most sugar. So water, sugar, carbon dioxide, color. It was you? Yeah. So this set claims only to have sugar. Let's see how much energy does this have. Doesn't it say? Can't believe it doesn't say how many, what's the calories? Can we see it here? No. That's a bummer. Sokerikulöri. Never heard of that. Then if you do like a 0.5 liter, this guy is gonna have less. But you can't really... Oh, here it is. 42 kilocalories. So this one has 42 kilocalories, 10.6 grams of sugar. And this guy... Why doesn't this one have the freaking... freaking thing. Yeah, Pepsi has sweeteners. Yeah, that's why I don't drink it anymore. So this one has 42 kilocalories as well, 10.6. So it's the same thing. But then when you start to go into this, so this is the 0.33 can. I think this already has different, or does it? No, this is exactly the same. Then I think there's like 0.25 liter. Are we talking about? Yeah, we're kind of talking about production information. This one. Okay, so I just completely were talking shit. So they are all the same. They are all the same. I was talking shit. Nothing was different. Alright, so the prediction was probably over. Let's do a build and see where we're at. I talked about Pepsi. Yeah. It's been 3 months of building spell system, Atrum. Dude, you are insane. You're insane. I bet building something like that is gonna be very, very like eye-opening. Okay, so we're hosting. And we got the equipment. Let's do a little bit of experiment if we equip like full black. And then we join as a client. Are we gonna see the other guy wearing black stuff? That's kind of like the first test. So no, we're not seeing the black stuff on this guy. But let's see if we equip. So we're equipping red robe, science sword. That's actually looking correct. Now if this guy changes to green sword, boom! Boom! It's synced! So there's only the initial like desync. So we actually see the name tag as well, so that's a very nice thing. So you have to manually call sync whenever a new player has joined. Yes. So you're right. So the way to fix this, in my eyes, is that we are only changing it, or we're only calling when we're changing. So there needs to be a call initially that's happening. That's the way I see it. So basically, here we are subscribing to the events, and is there gonna be any trouble if I just call it here randomly or like initially? So material list change on equipped list. There has to be something on the server network on player joint sync. Network on player join. Yeah. Anni Karo! Ei! Toivottakaa tervetulleeksi Onni ja Karo. Ei muuta kuin morjesta kaikille. Hyvää maanantaita ja kiitoksia isosta raidista Anni Karolle. Mitä kuuluu? Hyvää päivää. Kiitoksia isosta raidista. Arvostan. Anava tuli. Ihkomme kuulkaas kuuluu ja kajahtaa kun Anava tulee taloon. Mitä kuuluu? Anni Karo, moro. Pitkistä aikaa. Mitäs kuuluu? Meillä on täällä kuule armoton devaus menossa. Me tehdään meidän peliä. Pelinimi on TUONELA. Mä voin tästä vähän vilauttaa, että miltä se näyttää. Meillä on armotonta networkkäystä. Joo, kuule, jos olette täällä striimissä 15 minuuttia, niin te alatte arvostamaan nettipelejä kahta enemmän. Vaihdetaan meidän nimi. Me ollaan nyt Anni Fanboy. Anni Fanboy 92. Alright? No niin. Meillä on tämmönen paperiukko, joka juoksentelee, on vähän goofin näköinen vielä, mutta se toimii. Ja muovituttikin on täällä, moro ja anime ruletta, moro. Joo, meillä on täällä tämmönen basic kombatti, vähän tämmönen Runescape klassikki inspired setti, missä me mäskitään toisiamme ja saadaan lootia ja tähän tulee PvP, tässä voi hakata kuule toisia pelaajia ja viedä niitten tavarat. Ei, tää on kuule simppeliä. voidaan vähän equipittaa, laitetaanko tuolta vähän punaista kampetta pielle. Ja nyt me lyövää kovempaa. Kovasti ollaan yritetty saada networkista workkiä. Se on aika hankalaa. Mutta pikkuhiljaa. Mites meni striimi? Ja käykäähän tsekkaa Annika-Roon striimit siellä pelataan korkealla tasolla. Annika-Roo on kova osuja ja pelailee paljon FPS-pelejä ainakin. Ja niin edespäin. Katsotaas. Tuli jo tuossa pari tuntia sitten töistä. Oikein. Miten? Ootko ollut yötöissä vai mitä ihmettä? Nuin aikaisin jo pois. Innostui Googlelle. Iso glukoosi hyväksyttiin Suomessa virtuaalisen valmistusaineeksi vuonna 2017. Merkitään Suomessa pakkauksiin nimellä glukoosifruktosiirappi. Joo. Okei. Selvä. Ossille kiitoksia. Mitkä on ollut isompia haasteita networkingissä? Mistä tuota edes aloittaisi? Se on ollut kuule monisyinen ongelmavyyhti. Eli ihan niin kuin setuppauksesta lähtien että niin kuin, ehkä se on niin kuin suurin on vaan se, että niin kuin ei ymmärrä. Ei vaan niin kuin ymmärrä. Se on aika bitch niin kuin, oikeasti jos niin kuin ruvetaan piirtää tätä niin kuin networking, niin miten tämä toimii, niin se on niin kuin, sun pitää ensinnäkin valita, että niin kuin millä logiikalla sä teet, että sulla on, niin kuin, on niin kuin eri tämmöisiä authority-tasoja. On niin kuin authority, ja sä voit valita, että niin kuin mitä sä haluat tehdä, että onko sulla niin kuin owneri vai serveri, eli niin kuin kelle annetaan edes niin kuin se auktoriteetti niin kuin tehdä jotain. Ja näillä on niin kuin, tässä kohtaa ei voi mennä vihkoon, että jos sä annat niin kuin ownerin tehdä asioita, eli tämä on niin kuin pelaaja periaatteessa, niin sittenhän se voi tehdä mitä se lystää. Se voi tehdä mitä se lystää ja serveri on niin kuin semmoinen renki, joka vaan katsoo vierestä. Mutta sitten jos sä haluat taas servu antaa tehdä asioita, niin sit niin kuin se taas aiheuttaa siihen omia juttuja. Ja tää on niin kuin vaan tää alku. Tää on vaan tää niin kuin alku. Mukavasti meni kertoa Annika-Roo. Otin videon joulukuusen pois, sit käytiin vähän Once Humania läpsyttelemässä chilliä maanantaita. Nice. Ai. Kyllä näitä, kun näitä vähän miettii näitä koodihommia, niin tulee itselläkin vähän semmoinen fiilis, että pääskö se vaan mennä pelailemaan vähän pelilöitä. Kaikki on mennyt juuri niin kuin piti, kyllä. This is just a made up language. Hey, guys, I know. Hold on just a second. I am here talking to my streamer friend Annika-Roo about how networking is horrible. Mut joo, tässä on tää on perseestä. Tätä niinku periaatteessa voi piirtää silleen, että sulla on niinku tässä on niinku se tässä oot sinä, sä oot niinku klientti A. Sitten tässä on niinku serveri. Ja sitten täällä on klientti B, joka voi olla joku toinen pelaaja. Tässä voisi olla niinku minä. Tämä on vaikka niinku minä. Ja sitten täällä on vaikka Annika-Roo. Näin. Ja se, että niinku me nähdään niinku Annika-Roon kanssa samat asiat, niin ei ole ihan itsestään selvää. Mä tiedän, että 2025 voisi kuvitella, että tämä olisi aika helppo. Tämä olisi aika easy, mutta ei se oo. Et se on niinku, minä esimerkiksi painan täältä nyt, että niinku, sanotaan nyt vaikka, että minä painan Berrybushia, joka on meidän pelissä. Ja minä niinku painan sitä niinku minun pelissä. Niin tämän Berrybushin pitää olla silleen niinku, vähän niinku, sen pitää vähän pöhistä. Sen pitää tehdä asioita. Se tekee asioita. Näin. Ja sit se niinku laittaa servulle silleen, että niinku, hei, olisiko mitään niinku any load. Ja sit niinku, tämä niinku, tää serveri sitten on tavallaan silleen, että yes, ja sit se näyttää niinku, tavallaan kaikille, että hei, tuli muuten perryi. Mut sit tämäkään ei vielä riitä, vaan sitten se myös se servo on silleen, että no kuka sen saa ottaa, kuka sitä saa nähdä, niin ne kaikki pitää niinku tavallaan, ne pitää selvittää, ne pitää niinku päättää, että joo, tää luutti muuten niin tässä on nyt, se menee semmoselle IDlle kuin niinku ame ID. Näin. Ja sitten kun tämä kaveri niin Annikaro tulee ja yrittää painaa sitä samaa perryä, niin sitä ei pysty. Ja sekin pitää muuten kysyä servulta totta kai. Niin tää Annikaro painaa silleen, että my berries actually. My berries kysymysmerkki. Niin sitten servo on silleen nope. Et saanut. Ahaa. Omega lul. Olikin ameenperryt. Niin nää niinku, että tän saa silleen niinku ymmärrettyä jollekin tasolle, että sä voit soveltaa sitä jollakin tasolla, ja että sit se vielä tapahtuu, niin mä voin vaan sanoa vaan sen verran, että arvostakaa teidän nettipelejä. please, arvostakaa teidän nettipelejä vähän enemmän. Mä tiedän, että porukka on silleen, niin kun tulee joku 0,1 sekunnin lagi, silleen niin on silleen niin kuin paskapeli, kuollut peli, omega lul. Mut siis tälleen niin kuin devain näkökulmasta, niin ottakaa hetki ja arvostakaa. Arvostakaa, koska nyt puhuttiin perrystä. Miettikää, kun Warzoneessa tulee joku airstrike ja sit se niinku, sen pitää vaikuttaa niinku 20 pelaajan samaan aikaan. Ja siellä niinku juoksentelee 160 tyyppiä siellä saakelin pelissä ja ne jokaisella on niinku helkatin monimutkaiset liikkeet. Ja reaaliaikainen träkkäys kaikelle ampumiselle ja muulle. Se on mun mielestä ihan uskomatonta, että semmonen toimii. Ihan uskomatonta, että semmonen toimii. Mut siis me tehdään täällä tällaista. Tästä tulee hauska semmonen yhden hiirellä naputtelupeli. Ja tästä tulee olemaan semmonen simppeli PvP ja kaikkea mahdollista. Nice. Perrit tänne, pank. Ei, mutta kiitoksia Annikaro tosi paljon raidista. Me puhutaan täällä tosiaan englantia nykyään, niin me vaihdetaan tässä nyt taas enkuksi ja ei muuta kuin kaikki kiinnostuneet, niin jääkähän langoille. Me jutellaan täällä pelidevauksesta ja pelaamisesta ja kaikesta mahdollisesta. Kaikesta mahdollista. Alright, hey guys, back to English. Thank you so much for waiting. Thanks for chilling. I just wanted to explain a little something about game development. My point that I'm trying to make is that enjoy and respect. Give them a little bit of a credit of when it's due. And I'm talking about, like networked games, like AAA, not even AAA, just like modern, polished network games, multiplayer games. Just give them a little bit of love. They are not easy to build. They're not easy to build. Hey, Volk Dese. Thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Hey, Chopperi. Wait, are we doing combat that actually ends? Yes. Chopperi, we're making progress here. So what we now did, and by the way, don't worry about the double fence. It's a feature. It's a feature. So where's the other guy? I thought we had a build. No, we didn't. So we are working on bringing equipment into life, and I think we nailed it. So let's do a build and see how it is. How's Chopperi doing, by the way? Good day, my friend. All right, so we got a build here. Let's host on that guy. This one is gonna be called OnlyFan. And then this guy is gonna be joining that as a client. This is, by the way, another thing that has really like fucked with my brain, is that when you are self-hosting for test purposes, okay, so that doesn't get synced. We gotta fix that. So this is actually called OnlyFan already, but it's not updating. This is gonna be called client Ameboy. And this is gonna get updated here because it was done after we joined. But we actually need to do this again if we wanna update it to this guy. So this is another thing. When we're talking about the networking and the difficulty of it, is that it's hard to update stuff that happened before you joined. Like you can track of things that change around you, but what if things were already different before you joined? So that's another thing. Okay, so let's try this out. So when I equip something, how does it look like? So this is the client Ameboy. If I equip my stuff, boom, it updates. Nice. So this guy can see what happened. And if this guy equips, it works. So we are Gucci. We are Gucci. The thing is that we have the issue that none of the stuff initially gets called. So we only see the changes afterwards. How do we like so Unity network variable like I don't know, like initial call or something, like network variable callback initial call. Is there like a way to do this? Somebody says that nice. I'm doing good. We had friends, a 30-year-old party on Saturday, and I'm still feeling a bit hungover. I already decided that I'll just chill on my own today with my daughter. Damn right. Damn right. We have reached. What do you want to do? So we have reached already the good age when you need a couple of days to get back. I know that myself. Couple days. What do you want to do? So Watsky, I want to do the fact that I want to kind of do this initial check, or kind of call the the on X variable change. The one that we subscribe to, kind of call it, initially. I kind of want to do that. So we're only subscribing to the stuff, but we're not really checking what they are initially. That makes any sense? I think that makes sense. On network spawn. I think we're using it here. This is actually on network post spawn. It's called when network object is created or on the server. On network spawn. Is there a reason I put this on post spawn and not on spawn? Is there a reason for that? So yeah, we have this. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we should do it like this. So we're kind of doing this, and then we actually can do the post spawn and call these things there. So here we're basically listening to them on network spawn. Does the post spawn happen afterwards? Network spawn. What do you want to do on network spawn? It's called a network is created on the client. So what do I want to do? So I want to kind of hey, Blehman, pre-spawn, spawn, post-spawn. Yeah. So what do I want to do is basically I want to call these. So is there anything stopping me from calling these methods myself on the server? I suppose everywhere. Is there any can't I do those? Is there? I usually register on network variable callbacks on enable. Register on network variable callbacks on on enable. I think there was actually like this kind of like thing. So dynamically spawned awake on network spawn and start. If you need to initialize other components or objects based on network variables initial synchronized state, then you can use common method that's invoked on the client side with network variable on value change callback and network behavior on network spawn method. The other components or objects based on network variables initial synchronized state, then you can use a common method that's invoked on the client side. Tell me again what you want to do. So I just want the things that are being set up under these to be called initially. So these only subscribe to the events. They don't get called here. So for example, on player tag changed, here we are actually like setting up the player tag, but it doesn't get called until it gets changed. That's the thing. So I want to like call this before, like I want to call it when this script runs, basically. Like first time we do it, I want this to be called, so we are actually like changing the player tag. Yeah, the visuals are not updating. Like the variables are correct, but the like these things don't get called. So I think if I'm actually like reading this correct, what Unity is saying that you should use network behavior on network spawn, and then just like put those there, but. So you can call the methods on network spawn. Yeah, network behavior on network spawn. On network spawn, the network variables are synced. So this is the on network spawn. Yeah. So I think we can just like call these, right? Some player changed, but we just gotta input these values basically. So we need the previous value, the new value. So that's kind of unfortunate. You can access them by value. What if or maybe they are synced on postpone, I actually don't know. How do I change these? On network session synchronized, there is this. New client finished synchronizing. Right, so here's some kind of so if server there's some initial value. Network manager on client connected callback, then we have on client connect callback there. So then if we're not server, if it's not initial value, else spawn, and then we're gonna subscribe to that. Then we have some sort of coroutine that's going on. So here we're as a server, we're kind of like setting the value, and then as the client, we are just subscribing to it, and that should synchronize it. network manager on client connected callback, network manager on client connected callback. So it's really, yeah, it's just changing that. Okay, I get that. That's not really doing anything. On value changed example. Yeah. And there's the permissions. Yeah. Player states. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, accessing network variable should be called on postpone. Okay. So let's do the postpone then and try to call those. Then they're properly synchronized. Okay. Thank you. So let's try that. So I think it's like, is it like public override on network postpone? And I think we can do kind of like this. What if we change the values like with the same value? Is that gonna trigger them? Is that dumb? So we have the player tag, the rating, inventory list, equipped item, materials. Slow stream today, cozy. Nice. Thank you, SSAG. That's really comforting. You can call directly the callback method with the value. True. Let's do that. So just gonna take all of these. Here. And just call the methods straight. On player value tag changed, so this needs the player tag value, I think. And just do a new. Just do this twice, right? And then this on kill count changed, so this is gonna be the rating value, I think. Inventory list value. Inventory list. What does this want? Oh, it was an it wants an event. I don't know about that though. So this wants a change event. Oh, it's not really using it anywhere, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't really use it anywhere, so I think we can just do a new of this. And on the equipped list, I think it's gonna be the same. And material list, yeah, it wants an event. All right, let's try that. So will that work? So the server will just do like a kind of like a blank change on all of these to trigger the callbacks. Let's see where we're at. This is to trigger the callbacks on all clients to get the logic going initially. All right, sounds good. Let's see. But hey, as I said, how you been, my friend? I think we're making good progress here. Let's see if this works. It's not doing that, says Vatsky. It's only calling the methods server locally. Are you for real? All right, so we're getting a bunch of null refs. So the postpone spawn network object locally, blah 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 blah. So the postpone is not, it's not doing good. I'm not quite, I understand what you're doing, so I'm not gonna mix you up more. Yeah, I don't understand what there is to understand. Like these callbacks are there to do a bunch of visual updates and to synchronize stuff, and they are not being called when a new client joins. That's all there is to it. That is all there is to it. We are subscribing to them on every client, but we are not like calling them initially, which leads to the fact that they are like just set to default values and not, for example, a red armor that they have equipped before join, like a client has joined, you know. That's all there is to it. We are not, we're never setting the default values. And I think we probably need to, so they should be called on every client, not only on server. Yeah, but doesn't this do, like the server is the one that can only, yeah, they need to be called on everywhere. Yeah, you're right. So what happens here? But isn't server the only one who can like, yeah, it can change the value, not the, okay. So I think, yeah. This freaking, it gets me confused every time. Yeah, the callbacks can be run on everywhere. Yeah, the server can only change the values, but we're not changing any values, are we? But we are getting a bunch of null refs or something, so there's probably more to it. Probably more to it, isn't there? Yeah. So object reference not set to an instance of an object. So this doesn't seem to be the way to go. Oh, it's okay. It's actually, it could be the way to go. It's just the fact that this is getting called on bots. So if it's a bot, then we should return. We don't need any of this. We don't. Yeah. Okay. So I think that was the issue. I think that was the issue. Come on. Now. Come on. Right, so no refs this time. Okay, so I'm equipping these items, and if we join, does it work? By the way, the prediction was initially kind of a mixed bag. So basically, the equipment did work, but not exactly. So I'm gonna put it lol no. All right, so we're joining as a client. Hey, there it is. So the network postpone was right. Thank you, Vatski. Let's equip stuff, and we're gonna see them right over here, like so. Yeah, baby. So the equipment is handled. We're not seeing player tags, which I think is just for the reason that we don't have a default value. I think that's only the reason why. Like I'm actually thinking like maybe when you join, maybe when you like join initially, you're gonna get like a prompt like what's your nickname or something. But right now there's nothing really. Okay, but hey, that's cool. That's fucking cool stuff. So we fixed that. So we don't have an initial value. Hmm. We could do a code routine, just like a really simple kind of thing. Let's push this. So I'm really happy about how this turned out. Take these away. Wait, I had the comment, so let's add that. Nice. This is to check. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so added, made the player state initial network variables. Made the player state initial network variable initiation. Whatever. To sync up. Sync up stuff when logging in and joining session. Something like that. Something like that. Now, I think we could do a little bit of a prompt. So when we are actually like trying to join. Let's see how we could do that. So we have the on network spawn, but I think there was actually like a pre-spawn as well, weren't there? Is that the way to go? Insane place, dynamic spawn, awake or network spawn and start. So does that mean that we can do awake and that's gonna be before on network spawn? On network spawn. How can I like hold on to this so that it doesn't get spawned before we press some button, for example? So I guess this needs to be called somewhere else. Let's see if AI has an idea. Do you have an idea how I could manually spawn this game? Yeah, I think it's just, you know, yeah, I think we need to, so there's probably this spawning in here somewhere. Network components, ownership, spawning, spawning, synchronization, object spawning. So I think we have like the player object spawning. So I think we need like a custom script there. So object spawning, when you're spawning players. That wasn't exactly it. Spawning and despawn, object spawning. Get component network object spawn. Net call for game object spawning player. Get component network object spawn. You can instantiate game object on server and then call the spawn on network object. Yeah. I was just like, I think there's like some there's some additional thing when you're spawning a player. Okay, so here's some of the stuff. So player input. So on awake, you are getting the inputs and you're setting them enabled. And then on network spawn, you set the owner. Or the player input enable is owner if it's owner base, and network spawn, network despawn. Spawning player objects. Spawn as player object, and then you're setting client ID. Session mode agnostic methods. Netcode for game object can spawn a default player object for you. If you enable create player prefab in the network manager and assign a valid prefab, then netcode for game object spawns a unique instance of the designated player prefab for each connected and approved client, referred to as the player object. To manually spawn an object as player object, use the following method. If the player already had a prefab instance assigned, then the client owns the network object of that prefab instance unless there's additional server-side specific user code. All right. So I suppose we could do like have that button there to handle it. So when we're hosting, how do we disable the automatic spawning though? Because what's happening right now is that when we press the host, we instantly get spawned in. So basically we have this button. We have the host button, and the host has the start host. Here's the automatic host basically. And so what does this do? Invoke on client connected callback. This assures that any in-scene place network is spawned and blah 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 blah. Alright, so I don't know. That's on client started. Notify the host that everything should be synchronized. Host server initialized. So you can't really can't edit this, but I suppose you can override it. So here, for some reason, it's automatically, I think this is what it's doing on client started. Is this the part that gets gets the player going into the scene? Host server initialized. I wonder if I could just override these two methods and take that one part away, and have like my own prompt to spawn the character. What happens when I press the client button? So I think it's actually here as well. So start client, it's just starting client with this. Well, I reckon we could actually just instead of like straight up start client, you would have like the text field that you can set your stuff, but I don't know if you can like assign it here though. No idea if you can do that. Mamacita. You can instantiate game object on server and then call the spawn on network object. Back from the store, welcome back. So what I have in mind is that I think it would be pretty cool if when somebody tries to like join the game, join the session, like without like this immediate spawning, you would get this kind of like enter your username or something kind of prompt, and that would go as a default name for your character instead of having it in the screen, you know, changing afterwards you've spawned. I suppose if we one way would be, isn't there time for that before you allow them to click the join button? The join button. Yeah, basically, yeah. So I suppose we could like, I suppose we could have like a prompt like jumping in when the game starts, and you would store that value somewhere, and then on the spawn you just like the game would like read it. Does that make any sense? I think we could actually like have it on the player prefab and have it as like just like put in the screen really, and it would just call the value change really. I think that could work. It's a little bit of a hack. Because at some point we need some custom spawning logic as well. We definitely need to implement that. But I'm like actually wondering, like, could we just add the name change into this as a default, really hopping in when you join. So let's actually do like a input name parent. And so let's have a look at the canvas here. So what you would have inside here is that have like a background. Let's do a little bit of a, let's do something about here. So it's gonna be a little bit bigger. So like 300 to 400 or something. It's a little bit big. 300. Something like that. And then do a empty one. Background. Let's do this. And I have a little bit of a text there. Input nickname. Norikane, how's it going? Welcome. Input nickname, just gonna do that. What happened to Wildy in OSRS? What do you mean, my friend? What do you mean? So let's do input your nickname. Let's do just have it a little bit ugly. Let's have it a little bit ugly. Ugly duckling. Input your nickname, and then we're just gonna do a text field. Input field. This is gonna be the thingy. It's gonna be the thingy. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And make these transparent of somewhat. RuneScape Refugee, I'm guessing Wilderness Simulator would be for them botching the wilderness. Ah, okay. So I get it. That's not exactly what I was going for. So for RuneScape players, there's been this huge drama. I don't know if you guys are aware of, but basically like Jagex has been doing these surveys to see if random people would be okay with these new monetizations. So they are basically like querying people if they can put ads into their game for free to play players basically. And a lot of people are upset because, well, why wouldn't they be? And Jagex had like a bunch of like these weird things in the survey. So they were like asking if people would be alright with these different tiers of membership. So you would have like a cheap one with ads, and then you would have like the normal one that's more expensive than it is, and then have like a you know, like a even more expensive one. And people got really upset. So now in here we're basically like calling out to all the RuneScape refugees. We are gonna make it better. We are gonna make a wilderness simulator game where you can enjoy RuneScape like PvP. That's what it is. So it was a little bit of a but we're not. There's nothing really happening in RuneScape Wilderness, I'm sure. We're just making a game that is like a RuneScape Wilderness. I hope that settled it. All right, that's the best I can put it. Let's go, man. That's cool. Yeah, damn right. So where are you from, my friend? Nice to meet new people. My name's Ame. I gotcha. Yay. Nice. All right. So let's change this into white. So this is going to be white. I think the font can probably be a little bit bigger. Let's try something like 20. 25. Let's put it to middle. To there. Netherlands. No, you Netherlands. No. I'm Finnish, my friend. Sweden. We got a lot. We got a couple of Swedes here. Nice to meet you. Hei på dig and hur mår du, like we say here. Nah, but I'm not from Netherlands. I'm from Finland. Maitosukla, really? Or mautosukla? What is that? What is that? Mautosukla. I have a feeling you probably mean maitosukla, which is like milk chocolate, but I don't know. Yeah. Maitosukla. That's pretty close, dude. That's actually pretty close. Maitosukla. Have you tried any Finnish chocolate? Have you tried any? We are really proud about our Finnish chocolate, by the way. Just so you know. All right. So here you can enter nickname. And what we want this to be is just to be like very simple, like super simple kind of a thing that you get when you spawn, and you can basically change your nickname right out of the gate. So we're gonna do a button, if you will, and put it a little bit higher. Fatser is finished. Damn right, exactly. Then I love Finnish maitosuklai. Yay! Then we love you. We love you. Yep. So would you say that Fatsar is better than Marabu? Would you say that? Would you say Fatsar is better? Yes! One of us. One of us. Yeah, you're gonna get along. You're gonna get along just fine, alright? You're gonna get along just fine. Nice. So, what do you Geisha is best? I agree. Geisha is really nice. Enter or spawn or something. This is just to let you get in, really. Let's actually make this black and transparent and have this as white. There it is. All right, so input your nickname and then you can input the nickname and press enter. That's it. I love sauna too. Let me get Finnish citizenship. I think you're like halfway there, dude. I think you're like halfway. You love Fatsar, you love sauna. That's like 50%, dude. Now you gotta know, they're gonna ask you about Russia. So you gotta like let us know a little bit of how much you dislike Russia, and then you have to know that we had one president called Kekkonen, and he ruled for like way too long, and he was kind of like a god. So you need to know Kekkonen, and I think that you're pretty much like Gucci, pretty much Gucci. You're in. We'll take you. We will take you, and you cannot leave. But hey, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Noricane. Let's go. All right, so I'm just gonna do this. It's kind of ugly, and let's do the shadow here. I think we can do the shadow on this part. I hear it needs to be where the image is. I think this is where it needs to be. So, yeah. All right, have it a little bit like that. Just a little shadow there. Just a little shadow. And so you basically do that. And once you press enter, we need a little bit of a logic there. Let's do a new script. Just do a new little script there. So inside scripts, if I can find it, I am actually blind. There it is. I'm gonna let you get to work, bro. I need to read some papers on homomorphic crypto. What the hell is that, my friend? What the hell is that? It's gonna be called like the name pop-up. Name pop-up. Nickname pop-up. That's name pop-up. Hey, nice to meet you, Noricane. I really like meeting new people, and it's encryption that allows computation to be performed on ciphertexts. Awesome. I still don't know what's going on, but I like the sound of it. It sounds very mysterious, you know, something a Swedish James Bond would be into. So that's really cool. So do a name pop-up here. So you're definitely like a software engineer kind of type, aren't you? Cool to meet you. We have a lot of different devs here. I'm a game dev myself. So what we need is what we need is kind of like the I think it was just background, it's game object, background parent or something. Background game object, I don't know, just something like that. And then we need a couple of serialized fields for text mesh pro. No, we don't actually need that. We need the input field. And then the button. We need a button. Button, this is gonna be called the, I don't know, like submit button or something. Master in computer science last term. Dude, nice. Okay, stay in there, hang in there, dude. You're about to get unemployed. I was just kidding. You probably already have a job. So let's see. Isa says that I'm convinced Finnish language does not exist, and you guys are just pulling a long practical joke on the rest of us and secretly speaking Swedish. hey, that's really hateful. Really hateful that you would assume us speaking Swedish on our like leisure time. No, we don't do that. Bouton sounds like a French cake. Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly it. That is the origin of the word. You know, like French cake. It's kind of like rounded, and then the Englishmen started calling it button because they like to smash those cakes, and that's what you do with buttons these days. Yep. Don't Google it, and don't quote on me. Don't quote me on that. All right. Okay, so what we need to do is, I think we're just gonna do like private start, and we are basically just gonna do like submit button on click, add the listener, and do like on button press, do kind of like that, and this is gonna be called the on button press, and we are just going to do the background game object set active false, and we need a reference to player state, but we don't need that, and then we're just gonna do player state change name tag server RPC. We're gonna do this. And this needs this. I think that's it basically. It. Yeah. Hey, we're getting some explanation, and we are getting it from a Swedish person, so we might need to assemble it, guys. We might need to assemble it, you know, piece by piece, but it's gonna be really good afterwards. Basically, a regular encryption is like encrypt message into ciphertext, decrypt ciphertext, and that results as a message. However, we can't do operations on the ciphertext like multiplication and addition. Homomorphic encryption allows for a decrypt operation ciphertext equals operation message, allows for outsourcing computation without exposing the data. Can be used for federated machine learning without exposing data. Analysis of genomes and stuff still in its early phase, so it's fairly slow. Damn. All right. So I think I got the idea. So basically, when you're like doing regular encryption, you're just like encrypting it, and then you're decrypting it. And while it's encrypted, there's nothing really to it. It's just there once you decrypted it, right? But now with this homomorphic encryption, you are allowed to or some third party is allowed to like do something about it when it's encrypted, something like that. If I understood like even the basis of it, well, that sounds pretty cool to me. Don't leak all the tech. Need IKEA instructions. Yeah, I know. Like we need some good name for this encryption. Homomorphic encryption. Nah, none of that. I think it needs to be called like plötsligt. Yeah, I think it needs to be called like plötsligt because that's the best Swedish word. And then people will call it that. And then we need these documents. We need a document, you know, that has these vague pictures, and there's always like wrong amount of screws. That's like why monk and donut has same word in Finnish. Donuts are round and brown like monks. Viiva ruskeakaupunen munkin kaltainen. I'm saying, how's it going? Good to see you. Alright, so this script is very silly, but the point of it is that I just want there to be like this prompt that automatically pops up when you log in, and you can change your name basically. and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. I think this is gonna work. We're just gonna make the references here. So the background game object, if we disable this, then this whole thing is gonna... It's not going to actually disable because that's not under. So now we're getting rid of that. Beautiful. Then we need the input field. I think it's just this one. No, it's this one. No, it's not. Input field. Wait, how do you... Wait, how do you... What is the... So it's not input field. Is it like TMP input? I am a mastermind. We'll try to get some IKEA memes in the thesis if we discover something new. Good luck, mate. Good stuff. Hey, nice to meet you, dude. I hope we get to chat some more. So we have now input field, then we need the button. We need the players there, which we get from there. Need to check not bot and is owner. I don't think we're gonna need that. So let's see. When we are changing the player tag. Wait, what did we call here? Change name tag server RPC. Alright, so we're just changing that. I don't think we're gonna have trouble, but I could be completely horribly mistaken. Because this doesn't exist for... Wait. The is owner is actually a good point. Is this gonna pop up when another client joins? Is that gonna pop up? I think it might. Yeah, it's part of the player prefab. Yeah, I think it's gonna pop up when clients join. Tulko Dunar Feril. What the hell is that? Iltapäivää, mitsi, mitä kuuluu? Yeah. So I think we ought to do a network behavior, and I think we ought to do something like if is owner, then we're gonna do things, and if it's not, then we're just gonna background set active false. Something like this. Something like this. That's a good looking burger. Enrico, our friend from the US, how's it going? All right. Let's see how that is. I think another one would be to kind of like initialize it if it's so I think these guys are actually getting initialized. Let's see how they are handled. I can't remember. So where do we do the inventory initializing? Where do we actually do it? Why do I have a feeling we're doing it in player controller, which quite frankly doesn't make any... Yeah, we're doing it here. So we're actually doing it here. Player cannot transform set active true. Collider enabled. So I think we kind of could do it here. Kind of could do it over here. Set up components. This way it would only get initialized if it's on player. Now it's kind of like it's just hiding itself. It's kind of hiding its shame. Well, let's start with this. We can always come back, you know. We will not do that, but we could do that. Technically, we could. Okay, so I'm gonna start our engines. Encryption process in Icelandic. Nice. Okay, so we're hosting. Boom. Input your nickname. And we can just name ourselves Ame. And now we're Ame. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, guys. What happens if I join with another person now? That's not bad. It's a little bit of a hack solution because we're not really like custom spawning the player, but it gets the job done at this point. Burger looks pog. All right, so we're hosting now on this guy, and we can name ourselves the host, and then we are joining in as a client. Joining in as a client. We didn't get anything here, so that's good. We can already move our character. And this is gonna be client. And there it is. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's all right. Let's just do one more change. So this seems to be a little bit like it's not transparent, like completely like that. So let's make it a little bit bigger. I think it could have been hiding the character. Input your nickname. What if I do like this one? What's that like? Put your nickname. Yeah, that's fine. It is ugly, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now the thing is that this is going to be under all the players, so let's try to fix that. So I think we can make this back into mono behavior, and we're gonna get rid of this, and we are just gonna go into player controller and do a game object called name pop-up, and inside the setup components we are going to be initializing. So instantiate name pop-up, and it's gonna go under player canvas transform, I think. So what's wrong with that? Instantiate game object. So player canvas transform. Where do we want it? We want it under player canvas. So I suppose it's just player canvas game object. No. Oh, it was already a game object. So I think it needs to be a transform. So this was misleading. Oh my god. So this is actually player canvas game object. So we're basically just instantiating that, and that's all there is to it, really. The thing is that when we're instantiating it, it's not going to have any reference to the player state. So let's do that. So this is gonna be the name pop-up, and we gotta take the name pop-up, get component, name pop-up, and we're gonna set. So this is gonna be public. And we're just gonna set that. Instead of start, we're gonna do initialize. It's gonna be public, And it's gonna take the... Well, I think this can actually be private. Fuck it. Fuck it. And we're gonna put in the player state, player state, player state, player state. And that's it. Now it should work. Now it should work, alright? And we're gonna do the initialize and set player state. Alright. Alright. So now we don't need to have it in the actual game object. We can do a prefab out of it. It doesn't need to be here. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's just do prefabs UI and do the input name parent. Boom. Remove it. Put it under player state. No, it's under. It's under controller. Player canvas game object. Okay, so that should basically work. That should basically work. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Hey, Ipo!
Welcome to the heart of it. Welcome to the heart of it. And here we're like a pickle. And here we're like a tea heart. Yeah.
Pogos.
Let's go! It is our man Ipo. Ipo. I'm gonna be Ipo now. Is that alright for you? Ipo and 48 months. Kiitoksia Ipo. Arvostan 48 isoa kuukautta. Kerrankin striimaa kun tulee töistä. Ai. Jotakin hyvää kun on näin myöhään online. Mitä se Ipo tietää? Meillä on täällä kuule pelidevausta. We are developing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Ipo. That was the first sub of the day. Okay, so that works. I am actually quite happy with that. Let's do one more test where we are building and joining. Is everything working all right? And what happens if I don't input anything? What happens if I don't input any name? Is it gonna make it burn? Is it gonna burn, baby, burn? Alright, so if I just press enter, seems like nothing broke. Nothing broke. And this guy is gonna be called client. There it is. Very good. Now let's make sure that we have disabled all the rich text. So we gotta make sure that we did that. So input text. So was it under here? Rich text. So yeah, we're disabling that. And also disable it for the player prefab. Player prefab, where are you? Liar there. And we are gonna check out all these different things. So name tag parent, input field, rich text, it was checked, so let's take that away. Nice. And then I think on the chat parent we probably had, did we have rich text here as well? Yeah. This is for Vatski and all the bullies who were doing things, you know. Let's see that the chat still works. No more abusing my rich text because these guys were inputting some freaking custom code inside. Okay, so we had a problem there. Let's try this again. Okay, so you can input quite a long name now. Nice, nice. So is there like any limit to this? So this one has limit, but the other one doesn't. So let's fix that, and then we are done. Chat. Prefab. So this one. Input nickname. Character limit. So what should it be? What should it be? Like 20? Let's make it a little bit less, so it's gonna be like 20 now. And change it on the player prefab as well. So here. Player chat input field. So we had a point size for character limit 100. Okay, so that's the chat. Name tag. Character limit 50. So I'm gonna make it a little bit higher. So it's gonna be 20 now. Let's push this. Let's push these changes. Added a new pop-up that shows on player spawn that allows player to choose their nickname. Changed the maximum nickname length, character length to 20 instead of 14 or yeah, there it is. Yeah, good stuff. Now, is there something else that we could do today? I'm gonna take a piss and we're gonna think about it, alright? So be right back, just a couple minutes. Hey, hi, Sausage. See ya tomorrow. All right, so we made that. So it's gonna give you a little bit of a, kind of like a heads up for new players that hey, you can change your name here. It's probably not gonna break in any way, shape, or form. We haven't really tested out. Oh yeah, we actually have the issue where you can't really attack others, so let's have a look at that. So I think, so like, we actually have a really lame way of kind of determining what if two players use the same name. There's not gonna be any, like, doesn't matter at this point. Once we get into authentication, I think then we need to do a little bit of a check. But right now it doesn't matter. This is only for test purposes. So right now the wilderness is set wrong. So I think we're gonna start the wilderness. I don't want the gateway to be immediately like danger. So I think we're gonna do like a little bit of a warning here. So when player comes to, let's say, to this point, then it's gonna start being in danger. So let's see what the X value is. So if we move this way, the Z is getting higher. So Z is gonna be like 10. It's kind of a lame way to handle the wilderness, but it works. So the wilderness PvP zone Z value is gonna be 10. And let's add a little warning to the scene. I think we're just gonna like use some like asset that we have. I think we got something here. Old arts. No, not these. Game buffs. What? Okay, so these are the textures. What is inside here? Prefab, scene, shaders, textures, tile palette. So here's some shit, but that's not what we're looking for. Prefabs, props. Oh yeah, this is it. Hey, Pinky! Long time no see. How's it going? Happy Monday to you as well. How's it going? Yeah. All right. So I think we actually have like kind of like this thing going. Maybe we could use that. Maybe we could use that as a warning sign. Yeah. Let's try this out. So I'm gonna just drag this into the scene, and then I'm gonna unpack you completely. And I'm just gonna move you to Z10. Y is supposed to be something like 1, I don't know. So this is gonna be like a warning sign. This is gonna be a warning sign, alright? Missä nimessä tässä just lohkokeissa suklaalevyn välipalaksi? Hei, kuulostaa aika hyvältä maanantalta, eikö? Mites niin Pinkin elämä? Ootko jaksanut perhe-elämää? Warning sign. So this is gonna be called a warning sign. It has some shadow in it. I don't think we need that. We just need the shader on this bad boy. I think it's under here. Shadow lit, so let's try to drag it there. And this is gonna be the warning sign, guys. Nippa nappa, 2 teinittäreä äiti, ai vitsi. Toi on, mä oon kuullut tosta juttua, että teinien kanssa niin on helisemässä, kun ne on vähän ilmeisesti niinku koodattu siihen, että ne alkaa jollain lailla vihaamaan vanhempia siinä kohtaa. Miten siellä päin menee? Alright, so this guy is gonna have a box collider, and that should basically be it. Let's put it a little bit like 9.8, so it's not like blocking it really. I don't know, could this be an issue that people get blocked by the freaking post? Trying to get out of the wilderness and they get blocked, like no. I'm willing to take that. I'm willing to take that risk. So what does the... Seems like this is exactly the same, that's fine. Vittulumäärällä ei rajaa, no ei, onneksi nämä on yleensä ihan tosi mukavia. Välillä kyllä niin tikusta draamaa. Voin kuvitella. Onko ne jo alkanut juoksentelemaan pitkin kyliä enää iltasella, että ei tuu kotia edes muistaa ainakin omalta kohdalta itsellä oli se yläasteella tuli. Hyvä, että kotona kerkesi käymään. Alright, so this is gonna be the warning sign. I think that's pretty good. Do we need anything? Do we need anything? Maybe have like two of. Okay, I'm gonna do many of these just to kind of like paint where the line is. So we need new prefab, environment, warning sign, and I think we ought to do kind of like copy pastes of these along the way. Along the way, kind of like this. All right, so you can fight anywhere around here. One more thing we gotta remember to do is to make this player like 10. Now it should render right. And that's basically all there is to it. Let's see if it works. Nörttikeenit, ai että oot sä ostanut niille kaikille koneen? On kyllä kaikilla niinku omaa tietokoneen vai mitenkä se homma hoituu? Toihan nerokasta. Alright. So basically, okay, so you can kind of like get stuck on it and wait. Okay, so I think the pivot point is wrong. Yeah, so it's supposed to be so how do we open sprite editor? So we need to change you. Pivot is customized, so it's actually, I think it's right. I think the pivot point is there. So is the order just wrong? What's going on? Hei Late! Mitä kuuluu? Moro. Ei sentään nää oo ihan mobiiligamereita, paitsi toi Vani, sillä on oma PC. Mobiilipelaaja, voi ei. Toi on ihan niinku pahempi kuin että käy ryppäämässä. Ei tietystikään, kunhan vitsailee. Okay, so that's kind of working. No? Wait, what? Where's the player? So player is in front. Player is in front, but it looks like it's behind. Fuck. Okay, so it's 10. So what does it need to be? 10 player pivots. How? Okay, so now it's behind. Okay, can I get behind? Yeah, so it's definitely not right. So what if I change the layer? So if it's less than 10, then it's gonna be alright. Okay, so it needs to be like 9. Okay, that's it. So that's gonna be the warning. Let's do a build and see if the combat works. Ihan hyvä. Ei, meillä oli Kartin kanssa oli 13V vuosipäivä, niin mä varasin meille katinkultaa hotelliyö ja kylpylöimässä käytiin. Ja oli myös ensimmäinen yö ilman meidän pojua. Jätettiin poju mun vanhemmille. Ja kyllähän siinä vähän meidän draamaa olla, kun Kartti rupesi jännittämään ja niin edespäin. Mutta kyllä se sitten taipui onneksi, että uskalsi jättää. Pojulla oli mennyt ihan hienosti yö ja meillä oli tosi kivaa. Niin ehdottomasti erävoitto koko perheelle. Sen jälkeen kyllä sitten poju oli meille katkeraa, että se tuntui, että se kiukutteli meille vaan. Kiukutteli vaan. Nimenomaan, Pinkki, nimenomaan. Mä olin kyllä ihan sujut asian kanssa. Alright, so guys. So the warning sign now kind of like shows where you are in danger. So let's see. Can I attack here? No. can I attack if I'm like at this point? Can I attack now? No? No. Okay. So am I still like too far ahead? Yeah, what if I'm there? Can this guy attack? Yeah. Okay, so it's really close. It's really close. Alright, let's see if I enable some cheat codes. And then this guy is gonna enable his cheat codes. And then we're gonna attack. Attack! Are we getting... We should be getting absolutely destroyed by this red armed guy. 4. Oh, there it is. Yeah! But the respawning isn't working correctly, so we should be moving... We should be moving the player. We should be kind of moving the player. And it's saying that teleporting is not allowed like that. So let's do a little bit of a push again. Added a warning sign into the game scene and wilderness to showcase where the PvP zone starts. There it is! Katikulta legendaarinen paikka, siellä on monet lomat vietetty. Kyllä, oli kyllä Katikulta aivan tupaten täynnä. Hyvä reissu. Ei mitään valittamista. Hyvä reissu. Can we loot the stuff? Yeah. Yeah! This is starting to feel like a game, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to feel like a game. I don't think the shadow is cast right. Is there a shadow? I don't think there's a shadow. Yeah, because I forgot to set it. Forgot to set it, guys. So I think what you need to do here is you need to set the debug mode. And cast shadows is shadows only, I believe. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Now it should cast shadows. Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Except that there's something else because it just became transparent. What else did you need to do here? I think it's on. Maybe it's just on. We can probably take a look at some of these to remind ourselves. Yeah, it's on. And they do receive shadows, so let's do that. Alright. Improvements have been made. Now, I had something. I had an idea that we could work on something. What was it? What was it? I just completely forgot about it. Oh yeah, the spawning. Yeah, the teleporting. Teleporting, it doesn't work. So let's have a look at that. So under... we have the teleport character. So this isn't the way that it's handled now. Network transform teleport. So we're actually, this needs to be an RPC call as far as I know. So who is calling this? So we are doing it on death RPC. So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Death RPC sent to owner. That doesn't make any sense that we are like sending this to the client and then we are we are doing it on server, you know. So how does this work? Agent reset path. Teleport character. So how do we do that? How do we do that? How do we do that? Base controller. Why does it have to be in base controller? We need network transform. Yeah, we need network transform. That's the reason. Don't we have network transfer in player state? No, we don't. But we could have it there. Yeah, I think this is just gonna be one of those things that we can just do. I think we can just do it in here, really. So here at the end, we're just gonna do public void teleport player. Teleport player to into spawn or to start or something like that. And if we are not a server, then we are just gonna return. That's it. And we're just gonna do... we need the network transform here. So let's do a reference to that. Network transform. Network transform. And then we're gonna go over here and just do network transform teleports, and it takes in a position. So I think we're gonna do... we could actually set this somewhere. Maybe in the global settings? That make any sense? We don't really have any map manager or something, anything like that. So let's do... maybe the global settings, I don't know. Let's do a global settings like public static vector 3 default spawn position. And this is gonna be... or do I have that already? What is this? I don't know. So this is gonna be like new vector 3. I think we oughta go check it out what it is. We gotta go check it out what it is. So if I do like a warning sign, and we're gonna go in here. So this is the place where we initially want to spawn. What is the position of this? So x0, y1, it's minus 60. Minus 60 z. Alright. 0, 1, minus 60. Okay. I think that should work. Now we're gonna teleport our guy into global settings, default spawn position. And there is an issue. Or what is the issue? Alright, so I guess this needs to be quaternion identity and just vector 3 is 1. And this bad boy gets called in here. So losing player state, teleport player to start. Alright, so does that work? Does that work? Alright, so if I die? Do I get put into the spawn? Yeah, we got a null ref. What is that? Oh, yeah, it needs to check out that. Yeah. So that's an issue. So the bots are getting teleported, and there is no bot to transfer. Put me into my place. Boom. One more. Boom. Yes. All right. So did we fix it? No. All right. So we got an issue. What happened? So what's null about this? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. So I think if this is a server or is a bot, basically, we're gonna return. But oh yeah. I did the oldest error in the books. I forgot to do the transform or the inspector change. This is one of those things that you just keep forgetting. Like, I don't know. Am I gonna reach some point of like my developerhood where I don't forget about that? Please, somebody give me like, yeah, I mean, you're gonna be one day. You're gonna be so good that you are not gonna forget that. Because it feels like I just keep forgetting that year in and year out. God damn it. Alright, so let's take a beating from Better Mob. I believe, thank you, Pinky. Does help me. Alright. So let's take a beating from these bad boys. How far are they? There they are. Alright. So, let's take a beating. Ooh, he hit me for 7. God damn. So, there's no way you can farm these guys. Ish. We're dead. And we are here. That's not minus 60, is it? That's not minus 60 now, is it? No, it's minus 42. What? I was supposed to go here. Why did it spawn me like 5/6 of the way? Turn spot, global setting, default spawn position. What was that? Like, why would you do that? Global settings. Default spawn position is minus 60 in the Z. Teleport. Does this like... this is intended to be used on already spawned objects. For setting the position of a dynamically spawned object, just apply the transform values prior to spawning. With player objects, override the on-network spawn method and have the authority to make adjustments to the transfer prior to invoking base.onNetwork spawn. 42, yeah. Like what? Can commit to transform. Yeah, okay, so we got that when we didn't have the shit. Teleporting now is as simple as setting the internal state and passing the teleport flag. Set state internal, new position, new rotate, and new scale. Should teleport true. That's weird. That's weird. Don't you guys agree that like that is weird? That is weird. How come it didn't spawn me in this place? How come? Do you have any idea? Do you have an idea why my player got teleported into a location of vector 3 0 1 40 minus 40 from these teleport methods instead of my set vector 3 0 1 minus 60 in global settings? Let's post the global settings. Maybe there's something that I don't understand here. This is definitely one of those moments. There's no obvious problem with the code. However, here are a few checkpoints you might need to validate. Check the value of global settings. Place a debug log right before network transfer teleport to print the value. Fine. Fine, I will do that. Log default boss. Is this local global position issue again? True. Like, is there a kind of like a world? Like, can you set the world position? Do you have some root transform with offset? I think you're on to something. Local global position. Have we died on this hill already? I think yeah, we have. So do we have any? No, player doesn't have any, you know, like any offset whatsoever. The environment doesn't have any on it. But do we spawn the player under some prefab? Like if we or under something. Like if we do that, then that might. So player prefab new is here. Is there like a? Is there like a? It seems like it isn't under anything, you know. So right now player's position was 0. Okay, so let's take a beating, guys. Let's take a beating. Let's take a beating real quick. Boom. Now we are minus 42. The default pos is right. There's nothing to it. Our position just is minus 42 for some reason. Validate no other scripts are changing the teleport position. Ensure that no other part of your code is modifying the position of the player just after before the teleport command. So am I doing anything really? So handle player death. So I have the teleport player to start, which is the one we're doing. Resetting health. Nothing happening. We're changing the rating to 0. And then we're handling the dropped item, which does drop the stuff, but doesn't really. So here we're just resetting player outfits and we're setting equipped items. This might not be right, by the way. Equip handle, change armor back to default, change weapon back to default. I think this needs to be handled differently, so we're probably gonna be stuck with gear looking that we don't have. The gear looks that we don't have. I think we ought to do like we're actually doing that already, so I don't think we actually need to do this. That's probably one thing. I don't know. This is weird stuff. This is weird stuff, but yeah. If there's a collider at a teleportation target, then you may try to resolve it. I don't know, man. If you guys have any idea, let me know. That is weird. Weird thing again. Maybe if I... So where's the teleport part? Teleport player just starts. Network transform. This is the one we've done, yeah. I don't know, it probably doesn't make a difference if I do like a new vector 3 here. 0, 1, minus 60. Probably doesn't make any difference whatsoever, but let's just try that. So it's not on the global settings. Alright, let's try this one more time. Let's try the fact that if we have stuff on us, so does it reset? It's supposed to reset when we die. Alright, we're dead. Where do we spawn? We spawn in the same place and our equipped items didn't update, so that's that. Iso Baltsmu, morjesta! Joo, ei ole niin justiinsa. Meillä on aina Suomi tervetuloa, vaikka vetäänkin enkuksi. Minkälaista pelejä teet? Mä teen tämmöstä... Mä oon kuttunut tätä genreä Wilderness Simulator. Ootko pelannut ikinä Runescapea? Se kertoo vähän, jos tiedät Runescapen ja Wildun. Alright, so we had an issue there. So let's have a look at the... so... Where are we handling the equipped shit? Set equipped items to default. So we are setting it. Does this not call the callback? Pelasin 2 tuntia. Aha, okei. No niin, no siis Wilderness on siis Runescapessa semmonen paikka, missä niin voi tapella muita pelaajia vastaan. Ja ideana periaatteessa niin kuin voisi ajatella niin kuin Wildernessissä oli se, että voittaa muita pelaajia ja vie niiden kamat. Niin siinä on niin kuin periaatteessa tämän pelin idis. Eli jonkin verran on niin kuin NPCitä, miltä voit farmata kamaa ja vähän ruokaa ja tällaista. Ja sitten tapellaan muita vastaan ja vie niiden kamaat. Ja tarkoituksena on olla niin kuin Tuonelan kuningas, päästä pihalle sieltä. Siinä se yksinkertaisuudessaan. So does this not trigger the equipped items change? Does this not trigger it? I think we oughta do like I think we oughta do a log. Unequipped list changed called. So if we die, does this get called? So I have a feeling it might not. Ovie Diablo. Ai että, mitä Diablo on? Nelostako? Suosittelen kyllä, jos oot Diablosta kiinnostunut, niin Poe 2. Se oli kyllä todella hyvä peli. Mä oon sitä pelannut joku parikymmentä tuntia. Alright, so unequipped list called. Let's see if we get another call. Ja Vovi ja Jetta, meitsi on kyllä sitä pelannut koko ikäni. Huippupeli. Pelatko retailia vai mitä? Alright, so. When we die, what happens? What happens? Does it get called? It got called 4 times. It got called 4 times. So how come it doesn't... Ei, pyykärausikoi. Moro. It gets called. So it should handle the equipment change as well. Not so good day, but I guess I'll survive. What's wrong, Pyykara? What's wrong? Is there anything you want to talk about? So what is up with that? Enemmän FPS-shooterikaveria, mutta oli nekin ihan hyviä Diablo 2 pelannut. Ahaa, joo, niin sä FPS-jynä. Joo. Mikä on sit sun lempi shooteripelit? Velkahommat. Ai perkele. Onko pahaakin? Jospa ei liian paha. Velat on kyllä perseestä. So what's going on here? This gets called on all the clients, really. This gets called on every part. Mitä? Oikeesti, mitä vittua, Piukara, miten? Oot sä ihan tosissaan? Mitä helvettiä? Kannatti alkaa logistiikkayrittäjäksi ja olla lainan takaaja. Fuck. Eli sä oot ollut yrittäjä ja sulla on ollut joku massiivinen laina ja sit sä oot ollut itse siinä takaajana. Voi perse. Otan osaa. Toivottavasti saat jotakin maksujärjestelyjä siihen. Toi on kyllä todella persekeissi. Mä oon pahoilla. Oot sä saanut siihen mitään jeesi? Onko mitään jeesiä tulossa tuo? Ennen oli OV, vaihtui Apexiin, sain koneen puolitoista vuotta sitten ja pelannut CS, kodin aloitin uppaamassa oleva peli Blood Strikes on kodin, mutta 6 kertaa parempi. Blood Strike! Hetkinen. Onko se tää? Onko se tää? Tämähän näyttää Battle Royalelta. Tulee vähän tämmönen mikä se oli se Bugby-kopio? Bugby-kopio, se joku Superhuman tai joku vastaava. Joo, just toi. Okei. Joo, en oo kuullut. Siis on ehkä kuullut, mutta en oo kyllä ikinä kattonut kukaan pelastaa. Joo. Miksi mulla tulee semmonen fiilis, että joku kiinalainen peli? Tulee välittömästi fiilis, että tää on jostakin Kiinasta. Blood Strike game. Joo, kiinalainen peli. Joo, varmasti pelaajia on, jos Kiinasta lähtöisin. Joo, okei. Okay. Oli tuossa puoli vuotta sitten nämä asiat ihan hyvin, kun meni passiiviperintään kaikki. Nyt vuodenvaihteessa napsattiin takas päälle ja lähtee puolet tuloista. Asumistukea ei enää saa, kun ei lasketa perintää ja pitää vetää toimeentulo pois. Ai vittu. Toi on kyllä lerssi homma. Voi vitsi, mä oon pahoillaan kyllä sun puolesta. Joo. Ai vitsi. Onko siellä sit valoa tunnelin päässä toivottavasti? Toivottavasti jotain. Joo. Okay, so I actually don't know why I can't do that. I think it should work. I think it should work. Set items to default. So we are doing this on server. This should work on server. What the hell? No, koulusta kun pääsen, niin päästään takas passiivi 3-4 vuotta, niin ainakin sulaa pois. Koodaile pelejä. Okei, no Piukkaro, no niin. Se on, mä en tiennytkään sun taustoja, mutta kyllähän me näistä pelihommista tiedettiinkin. Niin. Kyllä se sieltä lähtee. Tsemppii vaan. Onhan toi aivoperäisestä, että niinku hirmusen niinku debuffin sai sieltä niinku edellisistä hommista, mutta ei se mitään. Kohti uusia juttuja, eikö vaan? Ajaa, iso paltsu, mukava kuulla. Joo, me pelattiin aikanaan paljonkin oveta. Ja nykyään tulee pelattua aika vähän Povi-klassikkia lähinnä ja vähän sitä Poe 2. Nyt ei ole ihan kauheasti tullut muuta pelailtua. Alright, so. Teleport character gets now called when player dies. Player should be teleported into the start of the map, but for some reason it doesn't. Changed some settings to draw shadows into warning sign. Yeah. All right. So there's still a couple more things we gotta do. Is the data in order, or is it the visuals that are not updating? It's the visuals. So we are calling the equipped item list change, but for some reason it doesn't update the visuals. That's what's going on. So we have the on equipped list change here. When this gets called, we are gonna run the equipment change of equipped items, and I think this is gonna be like default. This is the issue. Yeah, I think this is the issue because we are running -1s. I think it's gonna go into this equip type is null. Well, if it doesn't, it's gonna go in here. It's gonna try to find like it's gonna try to get the sprite library asset, and it's probably gonna be null, right? So if it's null, it's gonna do that. Sprite library asset. So where does it go here? I think we need to do some. We need to do debug. We need to do a little bit of a debug there. I'm not sure where it goes here. I think there's gonna be, maybe it gets stuck here, or maybe it gets like through here and it does here something over here. Regardless of that, I think we can probably make it work with that. So let's try it. Wait, there was no way to clear equipment to begin with. Yes, there was. We have this change armor back to default, change weapon back to default. I just thought it would like have the you know, the logic inside the switch case, but maybe it didn't. Maybe it doesn't. So maybe like there's no chance here that to change it back to default. So we're gonna take a look at that now. Ahaa, okei, iso palsu, joo. Hei, mitä uusia juttuja kohda. Alright, so what do we do? What do we get here? So we got ring. So we're just not gonna do anything. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so it's a ring. And then we just do nothing. Alright, so I think we're gonna do a default case here. Working as intended, yeah. So let's just do like change outfit to default, change armor back to default, change weapon back to default, and that's gonna be all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Now we're gonna do the default, we're gonna do that default, and this should basically run to all the characters in the game. Let's do one more test and then we're gonna call the stream. By the way, guys, we are doing this daily, so we're gonna continue tomorrow. If you guys are enjoying the progress, if you're enjoying the vibes, consider dropping a follow. Doesn't cost a dime. You can always unsubscribe, unfollow if you don't like me. If you hate the game, you can unfollow. But please don't say it. You're gonna hurt my feelings. I would really appreciate all the follows we get. Alright, so we are hosting on this guy, and this is gonna be called the host guy, and then this guy is gonna join. I was testing HDRP, but I don't think my laptop can run it. I want to do pretty visually impressive game, but I guess I gotta give out the plan until summer. Oh man. Alright, so this is the client guy. Let's change to the game plus scene. Go here. Alright. So neither of the guy has any gear. This guy is gonna equip his green stuff. And nothing happened, so very good. Very good, nothing happened. So that's not what you want. What the fuck did I... What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Set up equipment a lot. So what's going on here now? What's going on? Do I have some sort of logic problem here? Do I have a problem here? Okay, so I'm enabling this. What happens? So what's going on? So I have a weapon. Going into weapon. I'm changing that, yeah. Set category and label, yeah. Setting armor. Yeah, because we are running the rings and the amulets last, so it nulls the other stuff. Fuck. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I understand. So guess what, guys? Guess what? I know what has to be done. Or do I? What if you do a solo method for... Yeah, this is a bitch. This is a bitch. So it's kind of a silly bug, really. It's kind of a silly bug. It's kind of a silly bug. Yeah, Puker has a point, like you could do a separate one for each. If you give it a -1, it doesn't know what to reset. Yeah. Yeah. We could do I don't know. We're gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna do a little bit of a check here. So this is gonna be to do the -1 on ring and amulet resets the armor and weapons. Or yeah, this needs some new logic that handles player death. All right, guys, I hate that we gotta call it, but it is what it is. I gotta pick up my son soon, and I really wanna eat something. So we're gonna continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna continue 10 to 11 a.m. finish time. I think we actually might end up starting a little earlier because tomorrow's my day. It's my turn to take son to the daycare, so I think I'm gonna be going earlier. Let's raid. I think we're gonna raid Clayman. Hey, kiitoksia itelles. Yeah, we'll be smarter tomorrow, yeah. Clayman Dev. Nice. Hey, thank you everyone. Really appreciate it. We did good stuff today. And we have a lot of viewers for some reason. So thank you everyone for joining in. Please consider dropping a follow if you haven't. We'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye bye.